You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You are now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The brothers are in the building, starting off with my man Jay Moore. How are you, good sir?
I'm doing well. Just came off a holiday weekend, where I was able to, get a couple dollars. And, this is also the weekend. It's my parents' anniversary. So
okay,
got
congratulations.
To say happy 53rd anniversary to them. So,
man,
that's dope.
Yeah, man.
That's beautiful right there.
53, that's no joke. That's no joke.
They've been through it all.
I mean,
a lot of sacrifice and love and
it's wild, because once again, me being super unmarried, I was talking to my mom.
We got two of each on here.
Yeah, and I was, my mom said, if you talk to somebody who's been married for 20 years, you ask them how many years of was good, they'll probably tell you about 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I think what messes a lot of people up, they think you're supposed to be happy all the time.
That's not realistic.
That's not realistic. So, shout out to everybody who's married, and if you think you're going through something right now, I just want to tell you, there's nothing out here for you. So you might as well stay married.
Yeah, man.
My man Lonegevity, who's actively adjusting things. How are you, sir?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Yeah, have a good weekend?
Busy.
Yeah,
busy butter weekend. Playing the back. Cool. Somebody randomly walked up to me. A lady was asking me for something. She was like, "Hey, do you know what this is?" And then a dude kind of interrupted and said, "Oh, you're Lonegevity, aren't you?" Man, I used to love your music. I was like, "Man,
yes,
that makes me feel old." When you say "used to,"
should make you feel, but that's a compliment.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I guess it has been a while."
But that is also telling. It's like, sir.
I was like, "Yeah." And then she goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were important." I was like,
people will humble you in the most random ways, but but I'll take it.
Yeah, the lady's like, okay, I don't know who you are, but I was about to ask you a question.
Yeah,
it's cool. That might be a loan. That could be. I'm gonna use bad grammar. That could be a sign.
Yeah, that's terrible grammar.
Yeah, could be a sign.
I will be doing. This is kind of a little promo. The Souls and Mischief show, the 15th.
Nice.
You will be doing
DJ Metronome is going to. It's going to be DJ Metronome and Friends. I'm going to be doing. We haven't officially said anything yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing at least one, maybe two songs. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Let me get to Jay Diff, and then we'll get only a sidetrack.
Anyways,
my man DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
How's everything, good brother?
Everything's good. I don't have anything important to talk about.
Yeah.
Life is good though, right?
I'm here for the show, episode 403.
Yeah.
We are here together to.
You had a butter experience as well, correct?
I did. Butter is a great event.
Okay.
If you are in the city, you should definitely check it out at least 1 of the 3 days. It's really dope. It's a dope environment. The art is nice.
Yeah.
The environment is nice. The energy is nice. It's just everything about it. It's just
shout out to Indianapolis for having 2 back-to-back weekends with high quality creative settings, I guess, if you will, because Treese and then coming to Butter, that's 2 powerful weekends, bro. That's a lot going on in the city.
And that wasn't even the only thing going on this past week.
Oh no, there was multiple things going on, but I'm just saying with those 2.
I'm just saying.
Real quick, rest in peace, Fatman Scoop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. 53, I believe.
Yep.
Man,
that's wild, man.
While
he was performing.
I hate that video is out, man.
A PSA, everybody needs to go to the doctor, get everything checked out, getting your physical exams. If you feel a certain type of way, you need to be seen. We are not at the age, well, some of us aren't at the age to where you can just let things linger.
And if you can't afford it, vote for leftists. Because if you vote for leftists, they want to give you health care. So,
well, this is true. And look, you're supposed to believe this. As soon as it happened, I was like, let me get back to my green juice and my daily exercise. I mean, still gotta get checked out.
100%.
But I was like, let me be a little bit more preventative because, I live a lot of times. I'm up really late at night. I don't get the sleep I'm supposed to get. And then a lot of times when you keep weird hours, you don't get to eat the best. So you got to be proactive about certain things. Like now, I keep some fruit in my office, always keep cans or bottles of water at the ready, so especially, I don't really drink soda like that anymore.
See, my problem here lately is Celsius drinks. Now I always get the zero sugar one. They're supposed to be the healthy alternative to energy
messing with
drink.
Red Bull.
Right. I've never been a big Red Bull person.
Me neither.
But yeah, that's my thing. But I also choose not to eat after a certain time every day.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that is the one.
I mean, I would like to do that, but you know, like a lot of times it'll be like after I get to work, you know, it's like 11 o'clock. I was like, all right, I'm about to go.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I'm about to go
I'll
get
fall
some dinner.
short. I'll fall short.
But also a lot of times, like it's different when you say I'm not eating after a certain amount of time, then you're going to bed at a decent hour.
Exactly.
You know.
But even still, like getting into the habit of eating, like even tonight for me, right? I had to intentionally eat. Me and the wife ate before this because even though I'm going to be up till 3, I have digestive issues, like literally. And
Facts.
so like I can't continue to eat at like 12 o'clock and then, you know, I just can't do it. And so like I have to literally change my diet and adjust my lifestyle around it. So it's what it is.
Yeah, I have to be mindful. Folks.
I'm gonna just start ordering Ozempic off of Instagram because apparently it's everywhere now. You don't have to see no doctor.
They call them different
I don't
names.
think it's gonna help your health.
Yeah, unless you got diabetes.
Yeah, or get you like Busta Rhymes for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
even know if that's really what he did. You know, you see people losing weight nowadays. It's
that's
always
the first
attributed
thing they think,
to Ozempic. But
they said the same thing about Mace. They're like, wait a minute. You was just on TV 2-3 weeks ago and you didn't look like this. But I don't even know how it works.
Lone shared this in Discord. I actually read through it and it's very good. I think it's a good conversation. It's musicians. It says musicians, 11 hard truths.
Okay.
Now, we know a lot of musicians. We know a lot of creatives. We can actually relate because we all in some form pretty much this would apply to us. Some fashion or whatever, right? So with this list, I'm not Lone. Do you remember where you got this mug from, or I don't know if I need to quote anyone. I don't want to.
At the bottom of the.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. My bad.
I can't zoom in.
Damian Keys 1 at Damian Keys 1 is who's at the bottom.
There you go.
So whoever that is, we appreciate you, brother. But no, this is a very dope list. So I'm gonna go through these and then see what you guys think. Would you like me to go through all 11 and then we can kind of tackle it as a whole or stop?
Let's just start and then go from there. And if you have anything, we can stop it. Do you want me to read it or are you?
Oh, I'd love to read it.
Are you okay reading it?
I can see this.
I just want to make sure.
It's nice and big. I can see this.
Sometimes you have reading problems.
Yeah, it's nice and big. I can read this. I can see this. And it got a black background. Yeah, I can see this.
Okay. Well, we'll everybody monitor Mike's reading.
Yes, let's go. Y'all ready?
Okay.
All right. Excuse me.
All right. Let's get the
so number one says,
kind of rough.
Number one says, streaming is the best thing that ever happened to the music industry. You have more control than ever before. I agree with that. Number 2, let's see.
Number 1 is wrong.
Yeah, let's talk about that
conversation.
Go ahead. Why? I'm really playing devil's advocate. I'm really playing devil's advocate.
The best thing that ever happened to the music industry.
Yeah, I'm really playing devil's advocate.
More control than ever before.
This is wrong. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
This is very wrong.
This is something that
you're talking to somebody who's taking their music off of Spotify.
Facts.
Yeah, like
purposely, openly talked about it. Yes,
it's streaming is great for the consumer, but if you're just an independent music artist, number one, you don't get paid a lot of money depending on who streams your music. You have to get a ton of people to stream to make anything significant. You do not have any type of direct connection or correlation to any type of fan base, so you don't really know who is listening to you. You cannot. It's not like handing a CD to somebody, even giving a CD to somebody. You don't know where these people come from. There's no type of retention. You just thrown it out into the world. It's like the TikTok for you, the algorithm.
Algorithm. Yep.
It's the top of the pyramid, as I call it, and it's like it's. Maybe if you frame this in the mindset of like the music industry, like the industry aspect, is it good for the big capital owners of the music industry?
They benefit.
Is it good for them?
Yes.
Potentially, but is it good for the economy of the musician and the independent artist and the artist in general? To me, it's unequivocally no, and it's not even like worth debating and arguing.
I think you sold that one up. Like y'all cool with going to number 2?
I just think one of the things that is lost in all is, yes, it's great. You can say, hey, I have a joint out. Where is it? It's in your phone. Okay, that's cool. But like the fact that I think a lot of times people are willing to forego ownership for access, and like you said, we're big on knowing what our numbers are, what works, what doesn't. You have no access to any of that. When it comes, it's just something that, and if you ask for that from Spotify or whatever DSP, they're probably going to tell you no. So, I mean,
well, they don't even know.
Yeah. So it's like and because there's so much manipulation going on, they wouldn't tell you if they did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, I think streaming, it's a necessary evil, but to say it's the best thing.
Hell no.
Hell.
It's great for the consumer.
Yeah,
Hell to the no.
It's terrible for the artist.
Yeah, not for the artist. Not for the musician.
I like this number. I like number 2.
Okay.
Short form content isn't going anywhere. It's the number 1 discovery for music.
And a lot of times for podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We pretty much good with that, right?
Yeah, we've kind of discussed these topics in certain ways.
In certain ways.
And what I think they mean by that short form is how we discussed how, people create these songs just for it to go to TikTok and,
yes.
You know what I'm saying, bless the algorithm, so to speak, in order to move their units. Because a lot of times, that's the only thing from this artist is their TikTok video or dance that so happened to come about from that short form. So,
and that short form,
true.
To Terry's point, as we've discussed, it's come up, times in the past, but that short form content can turn you into a star very fast in today's climate.
Kinda.
It's a 15-minute type of situation.
Exactly.
Because if you're not capitalizing on that the correct way, in which most of these artists don't. Because there's been, if you think about it, if you go back and look at every artist that made it or was popular on TikTok, unless they were already established, that's the only thing you know them from. And not even just TikTok, but any short media form. There have been occurrences where it brings a song that an established artist may have made years ago back to the forefront, which helps them. But in turn, 9 times out of 10, most of these artists just are popular for that window of time, and that's it.
Yeah.
And also,
they might be part of a challenge.
Yeah, right. and I think that's the other piece with the short form. I actually do agree with this, and the short form content aspect of this is. It's bigger than just putting your music in a short form piece. It's also how short form is how everybody consumes.
Right.
So if you can figure out how to create a personality with your, take yourself and turn yourself into a influencer, if you will, or
that's the word,
or however you want to do that, but also incorporate the things that you do with your music as well. Those are things that you can capitalize off of short form. So short form, in my opinion, it isn't going anywhere. It is the number 1 discovery right now. But again, even referring back to the first thing, it seems like everything is great, with these algorithms, but again, I call it the top of the pyramid, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like people can see
Donald
you.
Trump hands.
You can
see him.
You can go to the top. Go to the top. You like the top. Sometimes you like the bottom. I don't know.
Top's great. A lot of great people at the top.
A lot of great people at the
Pause.
Exactly.
That was a big pause.
Exactly. But at the same time, like it's also short form is also very fickle. So don't think that just because you do short form it means you're going to be successful.
Right.
You have to know how to convert short form content into whatever it is that you want.
Yeah. Remember when it was I don't even remember the woman's name. It was the Busset Challenge. There was a lot of challenges during the pandemic.
Oh, that sample Nelly.
Yeah.
You don't even know who that is.
I don't.
No, I have no idea. That's why I'm saying, I was hoping maybe to jog somebody else's memory. Maybe somebody in the chat.
I know. I can hear the song in my head, but I don't know who it was.
And I remember it played a little bit in the club at one point, but I haven't heard that song in years at this point.
Yeah.
No, we in agreement on that one for sure. Let's see. Number 3 says the music industry is easier than it's ever been. Social media has opened up a global world.
The second part is true.
Yeah, it's easier
this is kind
from a point that the artist can literally take it into their own hands without a record label. But
to an extent.
But you have to wear multiple hats. You can't just focus on the music, so to speak. Whereas in the past, you could focus on the music and getting a record deal, and they handled everything else. Now you have to do your social media. You got to be your own stylist. You got to be your own AR. You got to be your own the person that choreographer, all of that. You got to do it all. You have to create a package for them to even look at you to want to give you money. So
I think the back end, to Terry's point, is harder because there's a lot that comes with that when you self-manage or you're self-contained. That's a lot. Right.
And at the end of the day, that's what they're looking for now.
Right.
Easier is the wrong word, though. It's not. It's not easier. It's by no means easier. It's more accessible.
Exactly.
You know, and
I like accessible because you get access, direct to consumer access that would have been impossible back when we were coming.
It was impossible. I mean, we lived through it.
It's not would have been. It was right.
We lived through
it.
So until MySpace came out, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just like sending records to labels and.
But I like your point about accessible versus.
Yeah, it's not
easy.
easy. It's not easy at all. No, if it was easy, everybody would do it. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not easy.
Yeah,
no,
how many people blow up off of singles? Shouts to Quincy. Because he posted something and
I saw that,
and he was just like, yeah, you know, every artist should post singles, and you know, nobody or no, what he said, essentially what he said.
Nobody should make an album.
Nobody should make an album, and my thing was like, nah, albums are cool. You just have to promote differently. Now, granted, if you only promote the album and you don't promote the songs on there, yes, I would agree with that. But like, nah, like there's a different audience for every single potential song that you put out for different. If you make a sad song, there's a whole bunch of people that want to hear a sad song that you can target that algorithm. If you want to make this type of song, you can actually, if you do an album, you can, and it's actually a well-versed album, you can actually target like 10 different types of audiences at the same time.
And that's 10 different types of content that you can use.
Yeah, but at the same time, like when you think about all this, like all of the people that have blown up, like we can count all the people that have blown up musically off social media on one hand in the last year. It's not like this is like a regular occurrence. It's the $1 Million Baby guy.
Oh my God.
You know, Sexy Red a couple years ago, Ice Spice a couple years ago. You know, who else? Like, you know what I mean? Like
that went on to do significant things. That list is not that big.
And a lot of times those people, they fizzle away really fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
some of those are the successful people.
They are successful. That's true.
Yeah.
They are successful.
You know, like for every, one person that is successful at chasing hits, like there's thousands, if not tens of thousands that fail doing the same thing. So yeah. Anyways, accessible, not easier.
Yeah.
We agree with that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Number 4 says you are a business whether you like it or not.
That kind of just goes with what we just said.
Without realizing this, you cannot say what you say, Terry.
It goes with what we just said pretty much as far as him saying that this is the best time. Yeah, you have to wear many hats in order to even be able to do it as far as being able to be accessible.
It says without realizing this, you can just be a puppet. So yeah, that kind of goes hand in hand. It says, number 5 says you are probably not shadow banned.
Yeah,
I think
that's an interesting statement.
I think you have to be at a certain.
I think this is bad terminology because a lot of people don't understand when they say, "Oh, I'm shadow banned." It just means that the algorithm's not working in your advantage. And I would agree that a lot of times the algorithm is just simply not working in your advantage.
And a lot of times the reason why the algorithm isn't working to your advantage is because now these platforms want you to pay.
They want you,
in order to get in front of people. So. A lot of people use the term shadow ban to make themselves seem more popular or
an excuse.
As an excuse as far as why you don't see them. Yeah. But honestly, it's because you're not as, famous, not necessarily famous, but as popular as you think you are. And you're not paying to be seen because we've seen how that adjusted when there came a time where we were putting out stuff and everybody's seeing it. And then once they start pretty much, it's almost pay to play on social media.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah.
It's not even, that, and it was kind of a wrap for everybody to see what was
especially on Instagram, like,
and Facebook.
Which is all under the Meta situation because, I just know this like from my personal account.
Yeah.
If I post, this is going to be a Take That Tuesday tonight, you get like 24 views. But then if I post it on Take That, now strange because I post it on Take That Tuesdays, it'll get a lot more traction even though there are less people engaged there. But I just know if I post, if it's not just a picture of me and a dog or something or a beautiful flower, like it's not going to get any engagement.
They can recognize that.
They know when those are letters and numbers that are telling you where to be somewhere. Because if you're going to do that, okay, that's cool. You got to drop a little money.
Yeah.
And you can try to get around it any way you'd like. But because you'll notice it'll be the same people who wind up seeing it. Like, it's like
every single time.
They'll let this small group of people see your content every single time. But other than that, it's a wrap.
You better put a little bread behind it.
So I think this is playing on semantics a little bit, because I think a lot of people, when they say they're shadow banned, really kind of mean what we just said, as opposed to, they're shadow banning me. It's like, no, you don't understand the algorithms. And the algorithms are not working in your favor.
And this is pay to play. Like, if you wind up, and they had to do something. I mean, I'm not saying they had to, but if you're like Kim Kardashian or somebody who's like super famous, and you got an Instagram, you got 20 million followers, and you tell your 20 million followers, wow, this is a great cheeseburger I had over here.
They can't give somebody that much power, man.
Yeah, because you can't have somebody saying, like, just literally been able to tell 20 million people, hey, this is a great hamburger. Somebody, because then it'll throw off the people who are actually trying to advertise their hamburgers.
Facts.
It's like
that paid to play,
and then they'll think, okay, if I could just pay Kim Kardashian directly. I don't have to go to CBS, NBC, or Fox.
See, that's what they do.
So
that's why people put the title influencer in their bios, because essentially they're influencing their followers to do what they do. Like the paid advertisers that bring this product to them and breaks them off this much money just to say that they like it, because they understand how their algorithm works, and it's going to be beneficial to them to pay Kim Kardashian to talk about this said item.
Who wouldn't want to get in front of 20 million people that fast?
And I might be selling her short. She could have way more followers than that. I'm not one of them, so I'm not sure. 20 million was an arbitrary number.
No, I'm with you on that. We good on that one for sure. Let's see, what was that? We're up to number 6. It says, you are obsessed with numbers, but the wrong ones. We should be obsessed with how to look after real fans, not follower metrics.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
We've talked about that here.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's real right there.
That's very real, and that's a whole conversation in itself.
Yeah, that one right there is spot on.
The bottom of the pyramid, man.
There it is. Number 7, advertising works, but not the way you're doing it.
Again, we've kind of talked about this as well. It's I mean,
a lot goes into that, man.
Yeah, it does. And just because you throw money at something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work too.
Facts.
So
there's definitely a science and research that goes into that part for sure. It's deeper than just paying for an ad. We'll just say that. Let's see what's next. Number 8, making money from your fan base isn't horrible. It's a necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your merch game together.
Get it together.
Again, bottom of the pyramid, man. Those are your real fans. Those are the people that really support you, and those are the people that you have to find, not the people that follow you in passing. See your content, not the if you go viral and have 500,000 or 700,000 views and you have 100,000 likes, but out of those 100,000 they don't know who you are the next day or they don't follow you. What does that actually? Your
viral moment, you can't.
It's just a viral moment.
You weren't able to monetize it.
Yeah. Literally just saw this on full display with Currency. That man has a legit following. Pulled up, Annex was full. He can go anywhere and do that.
And you know what? And they'll hop online and get a Jet Life sweatshirt.
100%.
Maybe some. They'll buy a full outfit.
100%. My boy had on a Jets hat and T-shirt to come to this. So yeah, that's that. I think Lone mentioned this earlier. Albums are a bad strategy unless you have a fan base.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think it's in the approach. I think you can still, because the problem that I have with this is because this says musicians. Hard truths. This doesn't say content makers, right? A musician's job is to make creative art. It is not to make a product.
Agreed.
And so when you approach it as that, whether it be an album or whether it be short, singles or whatever it may be, you don't have to stop creating the thing that you want to create. You just have to find creative ways to fit within whatever the landscape of whatever works is. If you want to make albums, you can make albums. There are artists, even locally, that have put out, shouts to Dead Silence. He pushed his Vanilla Bean record for a year? And, it got a lot of play, a lot of love. Then he dropped his album. He spread that mug out. He did it the right way, and that's how everybody should be approaching music in general, and most of us are guilty of creative wise because of what we just said of, we create something, we want to put it out into the world, but it's so overwhelming, all the different hats that we have to play. A lot of times we don't promote our projects and our works and our arts and the things that we love as much as we should. And we give up and go work on the other thing because we're creatives.
We're creatives, right? And that part of our mind can't be turned off. And we also have a sense of knowing what we just put into this product to get it here. So, when we go through albums and you make projects, you make full projects, full-length projects. We all worked on stuff. It's like, okay, it's out. It's out there. Okay, everything. But you can't stop. It's out there. It's done. People are about to judge my work. There's a part of your mind that says, and you hear it from consumers, okay, so what's next?
Yeah.
That's the era that we're in now. You can literally pour your blood, sweat, and tears into a project, make wax, make T-shirts, make this, make that.
That's going to exhaust you. Even Tyler, the creator,
there it is,
specified that when you drop something, not necessarily that you're married to it, but I mean, you put time and effort into this.
Yes.
You literally need to be talking about this every day.
Act like you care about it.
Act like you care
about it. Yep.
You can't be so focused on what you're going to do next.
Yes.
Because honestly, you're not even in a creative space at that point.
Yeah.
You're exhausted from this last thing that you just did.
And as a creative, sometimes we allow that to leak into our minds because people will say that, oh man, I love what you just did, man. This is 2 weeks after it came out. Yo, that was dope. What you doing next?
That's because we're in a different time, and people actually give the consumer too much power.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. I agree.
Because the consumer thinks that they can manipulate or make you drop something. How many times have you seen an artist that ain't been outside and everybody's asking for them to do something, and then they finally do it and they hate it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now you have artists in a box to where they're like, I'm almost scared, like real artists. Mm-hmm. I'm almost scared to give you something because you might not like this. Just like Andre 3000, he went out on a limb and was like, I'm gonna do a jazz album. I don't care what y'all think.
Yep.
I literally don't care.
I'm touring it right now. So the people that rock with it are gonna come out to the show. If you don't rock with it, you don't. But I really don't know when I'm gonna make another rap album.
I saw a post that blew my mind. It was from someone that was younger, and they were comparing King Von, rest in peace, King Von, and Kendrick Lamar. And the younger person was saying it's ridiculous that King Von has dropped, and he named the projects and mixtapes and all the stuff that he's done, but Kendrick's numbers that he's put out with his projects aren't even close.
No, he's saying he dropped.
Is that what it was?
No, what he was saying was that King Von has dropped this many projects or this many albums or mixtapes versus Kendrick has only dropped this many albums. But the problem is,
that's what it was. Okay,
this goes back to the whole content and just making stuff to be making stuff. Mm-hmm. Kendrick's albums, he's doing this from an artist point of view. So he's literally making art.
True.
He has to be in a mood. He has to be in a zone to create these pieces. Whereas a lot of rappers coming into the game now are just creating it based on putting out a whole bunch of stuff because that's what people want to hear. And it all sounds the same essentially.
There's a lot
there's not a lot of effort involved in I'm gonna just go to the studio tonight and record 10 songs versus somebody that's working on a legit project that means something to them. I went through something to make this album. Mm-hmm. I didn't just get drunk or smoke a blunt or even just feel like recording something tonight and put it out.
And also,
it's a line I used to always say. I believe it was Future. It might have been Future that was bragging about recording a record in 2 weeks or something. And my response has always been, it sound like it.
Well, that's not even always the case either.
But more times than not, to me, I can tell when somebody done rushed some records.
You can, but I just don't like to use that example because we say that, but there are artists that are for real artists that may have been having a block or something.
True.
And then they just got in this creative space in this week of time and they decided to lock it in.
Almost all my projects that I put out in the last 10 years I've made in a week.
I think the blueprint was
because
like
it's
that.
Because it's
a couple weeks?
You get up, you prepare for it, and then it's like, all right, I have time for
You're
it now.
there, yeah.
Boom, I'm there. I can knock it all the way out,
Yeah.
and then this is what it is.
Yeah, so that doesn't go to all artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I respect that. I respect that.
And also sometimes, this is the thing, artists, you got to have a belief in your own vision, even if anyone else doesn't. Mm-hmm. This is a crazy example because, of course, when I use Michael Jackson, but they wanted, once they saw, the people at his record company saw, wow, Thriller did something we didn't think it was going to do. It outsold Off the Wall. They don't want to put any more time, effort, or money into it. Michael Jackson had to cut a side deal as far as the merchandising and they didn't want to shoot a video for Thriller, the title track of the album. Mm-hmm. They shot 2 videos for Beat It and Billie Jean, and honestly, CBS Records was done. They were done with that. Yeah. And so,
Mike put that bread up, though, right?
Mike he
got an investor.
He secured, to be able to sell the making of Thriller. Okay. And have a premiere on cable. And, that, these were all things that Mike had to do. At one point, he fired everybody involved with, after they'd already sold 9 or 10 million records. Because he was like, they don't see what I'm trying to do here.
But again, and I'm not trying to take away, but back to what they're saying here is the albums are a bad strategy unless you have a fan base.
Yeah.
And he's talking about it now. Michael had a fan base.
He had a
Kendrick
fan base.
had a fan base.
True. You're right.
So
you're right.
But even still, with that being said, you can still utilize an album and you can push it in different ways. You can be creative with it with your short form stuff. You can get people engaged in the different way, the different songs. You can talk about it. It's all about how you create your thing and then be creative with the marketing. And too many of us are just not proactive enough in promoting the thing. And it's an easy scapegoat. It's an easy thing to say, just put out singles. Yeah. But that doesn't fix the root of the problem.
I tell you what, Dolce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
Or even, this is going back a few years. I remember when Simon Said was putting out his music. Shout out to him. Mm-hmm. He had USBs that looked like the little Simon Says game.
I actually made some shirts.
Fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
And I was like, man, this is just a dope idea.
That's
just the fact.
Fire.
And like I said, this has been years ago, but I remember that.
Yeah. Right.
You just have to be clever. You have to be creative, man. And
no, I'm with that.
I'm pretty much anti anybody saying, "Oh, you can't do this creatively." Nah, you can do what you want to do. You just have to be clever with how you get it to the people.
About how you do it.
Yeah, do it. And back to to your point about Dead Silence, Naptown DJ Fest. He was literally the only artist at Naptown DJ Fest passing out a USB with the DJ packs on it.
That's
and
what
he's literally got a song that everybody knows. Yeah. And he's still out there doing the work.
Yeah.
Whereas the other artists that should be doing that, I already got it. I'm already playing it out. I've been playing it out forever.
Yeah.
But he made sure he gave me a USB that had more joints on it.
Yep.
That he wants to push out. So artists have to be proactive as far as that's concerned to gain more fans in order to appreciate an album.
And there's something about an artist that knows you've already been rocking with the product, but I'm still giving you something else to breathe life back into it. I love that mindset. He ain't have to do that. He knows everybody. It's been out, but he's still working his record. To the Tyler Creator conversation, he's still working his record.
But think about how many artists there are in this city, people that we like. And, and you're right. I don't remember seeing anybody else as far as artists out.
Nobody.
And here's a huge park full of nothing but DJs.
Yeah.
And there's only one artist out there trying to really walking around. And you at the crib talking about, man, people should be respecting my music. You know what I'm saying? I should be bigger than I am right now.
Man, listen, I'd have counted, I'm old now, but I'd have counted how many DJs was there. Had one for everybody. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Number 10, thank you, Sean. Social media is a reflection of you. If it isn't working, you can improve everything.
Yes and no.
I mean, it's such a basic ass statement.
It is, but I mean,
it's basic, but it's.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean,
you can't really improve everything because I mean,
is it a reflection?
It's loaded. That's a loaded question.
That's a loaded statement. Yeah. It's like, yes, social media is a reflection of you.
Okay.
If it isn't working, you can improve everything. That kind of suggests that social media is like the thing that's going to fix everything too.
It's not.
And
Which is not.
So that's the problem that I have with the statement, but it doesn't mean that there's not truths within that.
I think there's some truth in there, but it's, to your point, it's not going to fix everything.
To a certain extent, because it's not. All right, so I'll say this: if you are giving your whole self on social media, and people aren't receptive to it, how do you change it? You just be fake? Because I know there's a lot of people that they use social media to talk and try to engage in conversation a whole lot.
But you got to remember too, though, to your point, there are a lot of people that are living a facade on social media. I'm talking about on purpose. There's a lot of people, you said, am I going to be me or am I going to be this personality influencer or whatever? A lot of them don't be adding up. There are two separate people.
But what's that got to do with? I mean, I agree, but to Terry's point, it's like, I don't know.
What?
At this point, social media doesn't work for anybody. We work for social media, and
that's a bar.
And it's really not. I mean, because once again, we're talking about the algorithm.
It's putting the onus on the wrong thing.
Yeah, and at this, like Terry said, like I don't have a lot of use for Instagram unless it's just something I really want to. I used to post something pretty regularly, but now it's just like I post stuff in the stories.
I just post whatever I feel like at this point.
Talk to him, Lone.
Quite honestly, you'll see more. Like I control a couple other accounts, but my personal account, unless it's something I see that's really funny or something that I think, oh wow, more people should know that. And even then, it's not like it's going to get this crazy amount of traction.
No, I only use that part for like the story mode.
Yeah, I use stories. That's about it.
Yeah, stories and reels.
And every once in a while, if I drop a remix or something, I'll post it, main thing. But no, it doesn't reach anybody because it's not the way it's set up.
It's set up not to reach anybody unless you pay for it.
It's not set up. Facts.
So like I said, we're working for social media.
You can improve everything. No, not you can't.
No, I think that's giving too much credence to the machine.
Yep.
Versus,
it is.
It's like we're in the Matrix now.
Look, man.
So if you take the blue or the red pill, that determines what your experience is going to be on social media.
I'm just going to say something really quick. Like if you're struggling out there on social media, if you're struggling and you feel like your art's good, the algorithm is intentionally working against you. And don't be discouraged. Try not to be as discouraged as as it is, because it is literally working against you.
The algorithm is Mr. Smith. As you navigate this matrix,
and you're not Neo. So
and don't pay. Look, you can't pay attention.
Y'all dropping bars.
You just like them steaks and them red women.
You can't pay attention to. Oh, this person got so much more followers. They bought those. Look, I've seen this where if you start going through somebody's followers, it's a bunch of fake accounts. People's trying to sell Forex. And then people who are pretending to be Instagram. You're like, you don't. This is why nobody listens.
They don't matter anyways.
Yeah,
there it is.
This is you got 30,000 followers.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you had 1/10% of those people that would come to your event or listen to your music, you'd be fine. But since they're not real people, what does it matter?
Lone just said
it's like people who cheat at video games. What do you get out of that?
Lone just said it. They don't matter.
They don't matter. We have 15,000 followers on TikTok. Shouts to y'all, but like.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all now.
This probably isn't going to reach you. You know what I mean? Like, so
all right, probably going to see another advertisement for some sort of tea or some headphones from China,
and then those don't even be real because what I do, even on products that pop up in my timeline, I'll go through and look at the people that left a comment on said item. You click on it; it's always a private page.
Tells me everything,
or it has 6 people, 6 posts. Like, this is all fake.
Yep.
Like somebody paid for you to review it in real time on the post because a casual follower is, they got these many people commenting on it, but not clicking on the people, seeing if they're real people. Yeah.
You fall for the okie doke.
Yeah, the only thing I can really even count, it seems real.
Who falls for the okie doke and gets a virus?
Mine is being fixed. I fell for the okie doke. Look, let's go to number 11, y'all.
Number 11.
You're not too good for covers. I think that speaks to more covers. I think they're talking about bands that do cover records, like covering other records.
I kind of feel like I ain't mad at it. I love the bands here. We have some real talented bands in Indianapolis, Indiana. But I
love original music, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm going. They perform these covers so well that I feel like if they were to write some music and capitalize on the followers that they have to come watch them do these covers, it would actually benefit them.
I'm not going to cap. A good cover.
I don't care about.
It's good with me. Well, that's cool.
No, I like it. I enjoy it.
A good cover is good with me, but I agree with Terry because that only makes me think, man, imagine if y'all had half of y'all show or first of your show as covers
situation
versus original material.
Imagine me going out and rapping a Tupac song. Like,
it's not. That's not a good cover.
There's no reason for any rapper to be covering rap songs.
That's not a good cover.
I'm just saying, but in general, like, you can look at this as in far. Let me take it a different step real quick because this has been a very good but long conversation. But like, remixes are good for artists. Remixes are good if you're a producer because it allows you to utilize their name in the algorithm. You can kind of cheat the algorithm a little bit. Do remixes if you're good enough to do that. You have to do things like this. If you want to do a cover, maybe it's good just for that sake. Yeah. But you have to be able to grab those people that like that and be able to bring them into your 100%. Fold. And if you don't do that, then it's just like everything else. Yeah. So it's all about the exexecution.
Snoop actually did that on Doggy Style. He covered Lottie Dottie.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it sounded different and he changed some of the words.
Yep. It definitely worked.
But that's not what he led with. That was an album cut. That was an album cut that worked and made sense. So it was kind of just like a lob to I rock with Slick Rick and I want to give him this homage.
Yeah, well, that list was dope, man. I like that you shared that, Lone. The list
was okay. It wasn't.
I'm talking about the conversation. I ain't talking about
conversation.
The conversation was dope, more dope.
As far as being able to just say this is fact, nah, I'm cool. Yeah, because the way it started out was just wrong.
Yeah.
Thanks to our partners. Dr. Coleman of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. And the best way to support the New Old Heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member. All details on newoldheads.com.
All right. Shout out to our partners. We appreciate them as always. It's been reported that 50 is willing to pay Yayo $5 million to stop doing Vlad interviews because he sees that he has.
Vlad.
First and foremost, Vlad. Y'all know I've been on that part. I've been on that train for a long time. But it's also being reported that 50 is trying to get Yayo to see his value because he keeps coming back. He keeps giving Vlad content. You can flip that if I give you a little boost and turn it into something with you, and who else will be on G Unit that would be?
It doesn't have to be anybody.
Doesn't matter.
Fine, it could be just Tony Yayo. All right. I think this is hilarious because 50's right. And the fact that if he's willing to put bread behind this to get him off of Vlad, to create his own content, listen, I'm all for that.
He should have did this yesterday.
You right.
If he put if he offered you $5 million to not talk to freaking
DJ Vlad
anymore, you should have walked out of the interview
long time ago.
Come on, man. I mean, but
if 50 offered me $5 million, I would never talk to any one of you ever again. I'd be like, DJ J who? No, I don't know him.
Yo, that's crazy.
I don't think I would say y'all out like that. Even if it looked like that from the surface.
Yo, that's crazy.
Everybody would be compensated.
I wouldn't talk to you on camera, but I'd still be cool with you.
Okay, I'm about to say that's crazy.
But go ahead, bro. I think this situation with Tony Yayo is an example of somebody that's been down in the state now since he's been with 50. I mean, 50 literally had him on the G Unit cover, even though he was in prison.
True.
And he's just been that dude that's rolled with 50 through thick and thin. 50 Cent gets a bad rap because of he's an internet bully. Well, not even just internet. He's super troll. He's been a bully since he came out.
True.
And he actually had a conversation with somebody saying that Mr. C is the only person that really stood up for him when it was getting bad because he was making trolling music at one point in time. And Mr. C was the only New York DJ that stood up for him. But this is 50 Cent for real. Like, this is not a facade. He's not acting. If you down with him, he's gonna ride with you.
He's very loyal. Yeah.
And what Yayo is giving Vlad is just classic material.
Is he?
He kind of is.
Yes, he is.
If you look at the interviews,
he's like the East Coast Boosie.
Yeah, essentially. Okay. Yeah. So
I guess I've never seen an actual Yayo. My question was going to be: is Yayo entertaining enough to do this himself.
You'd be surprised. I don't even like Vlad, but you'd be surprised.
I'm not going to say I would be surprised or not. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, no,
I
he
haven't
is.
seen it. So
no, that's why I was saying. That's why when he said what other G Unit member, no, he doesn't need any other G Unit member.
Right.
Tony Yayo stands on his own when it comes to these conversations. So I can see how Tony Yayo could be like a Noriega essentially in a podcast situation. And with 50 having the capital and the momentum that he's always had, why not take that deal?
This is the only thing. There's a difference between being an interviewer and being the interviewee. And so like that might, now mind you, here it is, like, remember 50 had his own thing. This is 50. Like, I don't know if that's really a thing anymore.
That's just a website though.
Yeah, but you know, that could easily be, This is 50 goes on and becomes a platform for interviews, just like Say Cheese, just like Art of Dialogue. You know, these are things that could happen. And maybe since Tony Yayo has this momentum as somebody who's provocative in interviews, maybe this winds up being the crown jewel in the relaunch of This Is 50. Like I said, I'm just throwing things out. I'm not sure if this is even a thing he wants to do.
Yeah, it's just something that's going around or whatever. But to Terry's point, he brings a lot of, from what I've seen, because y'all know I don't even like Vlad, but there's something about Tony Yayo where I'm like, even if I want to see him just tell Vlad to shut up, you over talking me. Like, I want to try to watch to see if that's going to happen.
Entertaining.
He's very entertaining.
He's definitely not giving that job to Young Buck, because he told Young Buck he wants his money by Monday. He did. And this was 2 weeks ago, so I hope he paid that.
That's hilarious that he said, I want my money by Monday, by the way. But no, I'm all for this. If this is the case, like, please get your people from going on Vlad and tell them themselves. I'm all with it. Yayo could definitely thrive on his own. I'm not mad at that myself. It
might be a situation where he would have to have a co-host. Something like when Budden and Academics was working together. So,
on that show, yeah.
It was actually 3 of them.
Nadeska was the female third voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they technically, let me give her a props, because like they kind of had her as the A voice, and you know they would kind of Academics
moderate.
Yeah, she's kind of moderate. Yeah, she's moderate.
So I mean, like I said, you just look. People can need to strike while iron is hot.
Facts.
And if 50 sees value and says, "I'll give you $5 million. You can set up your own house, and then we could find a way to monetize this, and you already have a name." Like, as soon as they turn the lights on, they got a plaque. You know what I'm saying? And once again, we talked about how at this point in the game, you know, a YouTube plaque is worth as much as a platinum plaque to people who are in this. You know, you see what Cameron and Mace have set up.
Yes,
you know, they have their own sports platform, and people who nobody else would want to talk to. You know, they would sit down and talk to O.J. Simpson. They just had Michael Irvin on, people who were considered controversial but still move the needle.
I don't even watch Cam and Mason. I know it's successful.
Yeah,
I know
and
it's
so
successful.
they just return. You know, now Cam got, you know, Mace did a freestyle. You know,
I saw that,
and people are all excited about that. Like, you can reinvigorate your brand and your name if you just know how to shift and move in other ways. Like, if you're still trying to put out mixtapes in 2024, like, I don't want to hear no Mace mixtape, but I'll listen to a freestyle he does on a sports show.
Long wants the mixtape.
Nope. No, he doesn't.
You don't want to hear a Tony Yayo album right now.
I don't. No. I don't need that. But if he had a podcast, I might slide.
Man,
I might slide.
If it was the Yayo's Home podcast, you best to believe that would get, if it was done correctly, it would move the needle.
Yeah.
And we need that if y'all saw that.
And 50 Cent got a whole lot of land in Louisiana and Shreveport, to be exact.
He'd give him his own.
He got a studio, and he needs to
and create more content. So there you go.
So
here's what we came up with. I talked to Lone the other day.
Yeah.
It's a 90s top 5 album draft.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how the draft works.
So here's how the draft works.
Terry, go ahead and switch over to the list or the thing.
We are trying to get our top 5 albums, the top 5 albums that we can draft out of 100 that are listed on this topic.
Any of them.
Whatever.
Any of them.
It could be it's not specific to this. I just use this as a reference point for the record.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like the draft. First pick, second pick, third pick, those come off the board, and we continue to go around until each of us have 5, and then we look at what we got after the draft is over.
So what does that mean? So after I draft 5 albums, and you draft your 5, Lone drafts his 5, Jay Moore drafts his 5, what does that mean?
So we're just looking at them to compare how each of us think as they come off the board. Because we can't
see who drafted the best.
Yeah, who drafted the best? Because we can't all pick. Me and you like some of the same albums.
Yeah.
We all like some of the same albums, but we're not going to get a chance to get them.
So you ready for the randomize?
I'm ready. Who goes first?
Randomize. Jay Moore.
Oh, my God.
Then Maja 7th. Then me.
I'm 4th.
Then Terry.
Yes, Terry's 4th.
So do I get to go back again?
And then you go back again. Yeah, let's do it that way.
All right, man.
Ain't that a bitch?
I love that Terry's 4th.
Probably should have went with. He'd have done better if we just went by age.
I was cool with the age.
I know. All right, man. So Jay Moore, I don't know if you don't have your phone out, so you're not referencing anything that I sent, and that's perfectly fine. With the first pick in this draft, 90s hip hop albums, who you got?
All right, first pick in the draft. I have got to go Illmatic. I got the first pick. What do you want me to do?
There's nothing I can do about that.
You can have that one.
That's a good one, man. He's got Illmatic out the gate. Okay. All right. So it's on me?
Yep.
That's what it says.
You know what, man?
I'm going to piss somebody off.
You are. I can't wait till you do it. I'm going to take AT Aliens.
That's what I was going to take.
I'm taking AT Aliens.
Come on, you know Terry's going to take that.
I know, Terry. I'm taking AT Aliens.
All right.
I'll take AT Aliens. Who's next?
I'm taking 36 Chambers.
Okay.
That's a good one.
All right. Jay Diff?
I'm taking the Chronic.
The Chronic. He said that easy, too.
And I am also taking...
Second round. I got a list for you, brother.
We was there.
Yeah.
Took AT Aliens.
I took AT Aliens. I knew you was going to get it, so I had to get it out of there. This list is good, Terry. I'm telling you, just for your reference point. There's some heat on here that you forgetting, bro.
I'm not. It's just...
There's
you
a
gotta
lot.
understand this.
I mean, looking at it,
this
though,
is
it's
our
going to
era,
help
so
you.
I know these albums,
All right,
but it's
fair
like
enough.
I gotta pick another one though.
Fair enough.
Because you're going to be mad when you hear other people's picks.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just it's a lot of meat still on the bone,
I
brother.
know.
I'm scrolling through them right now. Classic.
Eesh.
A lot of heat.
It is. Oh,
We need to do a timer.
know,
we got to do
I
a
know.
You
better hurry up,
on the
bro.
clock.
You better hurry up.
I'm on the clock. Hold on. I'm conversing with my
Your inner child.
Your general manager and the offensive coordinator.
This is gonna be dope when we do labels.
Yeah.
With the second pick.
This is a personal.
Okay.
I gotta do Me Against the World.
Fair enough. I like that pick. You get that long? Me Against the World, Tupac.
Okay. Me Against the World. All right.
Who you got, Long? Because we're coming up.
All right. I am going to take Aquemini.
Don't keep.
He's mad. I love that he's mad because he loves Outkast like me. Am I?
I think I might love Outkast a little more than
You do.
Everybody on this show.
I think you do. Buy a
Just a
thread.
little
Buy
bit.
hair.
He said, "You just yeah.
Buy hair. It's on me.
Yep.
I'll take. Give me Reasonable Doubt. Give me Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z. I'll take
I
Reasonable
know
Doubt.
what Jay Moore is gonna take.
He better not.
I know what he's gonna.
He
do.
better not.
I don't know.
Give me Reasonable Doubt.
The Ice-T record.
It was the 80s, yeah.
Give me Reasonable Doubt. Come on, Jay. What we got?
Doggy Style.
Oh, man.
I was gonna do that one too, but I was like, I can't do Chronic and Doggy Style.
I mean, you could.
I could, but yeah.
I think it's back on Jay
Yeah.
as we go down.
Stakes is high.
Stakes is high.
That's nice. That's a nice.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Ooh, Long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm uncomfortable over here, Long.
You know, you get to scrolling, you know.
Aquemini's off the board.
Yep.
That sucks.
It's him and I.
Aquemini.
Aquamini.
What do I have?
So many good albums. It shouldn't be this hard to pick.
You know what? I'm going to go Only Built for Cuban Links.
Okay.
That's nice.
I'm going to go Only Built for Cuban Links.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a banger.
I'm gonna go with Black Star.
Hey.
There we
see
go.
that.
Black on both sides.
I'm not mad at that.
Not black on both sides, but Black Star.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. I'm not mad at that. Terry, what we got?
Oh, it's on me now.
It's on you. And you got to double up.
Oh man.
There's something out there, Terry, that you leaving.
There's a lot that I'm leaving.
That's why this is hard, bro. That's why this is hard. There's a lot out here that you leaving, bro. I got my next pick. I just hope y'all don't say it. All right, got
Oh, I got my next and my backup, you know, so I got a couple of backups.
He alone on the timer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we do this next time, we're going to have to get the Jeopardy.
We'll get a timer, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one I can't believe that y'all haven't said yet. I can't wait.
I'm going to just give that obvious one because it's still out there.
What?
Sheesh.
It's like you don't want to do it.
Come on, brother.
Yeah.
Don't leave it on the board because I'll take it.
It's still out there. Do I want to do this, though?
You better do it. Because if not, I'm going to take it.
I'm really not tripping. It's just... I'm trying to put a cohesive 5 together.
Right.
I want my 5 to be the best 5 if people vote on them. That's what I'm going for. I want my 5 to be the coldest 5. And I feel like I'm in a good position right now.
Chun, chun, chun.
I'm going to do...
Come on, brother. You know it's bad when Lone.
Damn, which one?
Come on.
I'm going to do Life After Death.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm surprised we got this far.
Yeah.
Without somebody saying.
Come on. Now, what we got for round 4 from you?
Or
Yep.
Yeah, so you had to have 2 in the
You
tuck.
got double up.
One in the tuck.
okay, so
Oh, I hope y'all don't take mine.
I'm actually
We need music, Lone. We need ambiance or something.
it's so hard for me, man.
we need
Because you
we need ambiance, Lone. You got to put ambiance underneath this.
Boom, boom, boom.
Scarface, The Diary.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
That's a good album.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna do Low End Theory.
Low End Theory.
Okay. That means Major 7th, you are on the clock.
I already got mine, man.
Okay.
Nas, it was written. I'll take
It's a
that.
good one. There's still one on the board.
Yeah, I mean
Jay might
There's
take
an
it.
obvious one.
There's an obvious one on the board.
There's actually 2 obvious.
I can't believe this got to the 4th round, but Ready to Die.
Yeah.
I knew you.
See, I was going back and forth with my in my
I almost
head.
said Ready to
Do I
Die,
want
but
to do Ready to Die or
yeah.
Life After Death, and I just chose Life After.
All right, Jay, double up.
All right. This is a wild card.
Death Certificate.
Don't do that, Long. Don't do that. That was a good album, but don't do that.
Like
I'm actually in my head like which is Cube's best album.
Long, don't do that. Don't do that.
But even though he blocked me on Twitter,
Oh God!
Mama said knock you out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my.
I didn't see that one coming.
Okay. Mama said, knock you out.
MoMA.
Is it on me? It's on me.
Mama. Mama.
He's stupid. All right, so
There's one, and the thing is, I could have went with another one, but I'm going to stick with LL.
you know what, man?
And I hope somebody picks this one.
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna pick this because I just love this album. Not about what's left on the board, but I'm going Midnight Marauders.
Honestly, that's kind of crazy that nobody said it in the first.
I'm going
rounds.
Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
Love that record, Midnight Marauders. Because
When you talk about the '90s, it's so many.
you have to have that one.
Yeah.
Midnight Marauders.
I have mine, but I'm going to do a quick little...
I have to get yours in the supplemental draft. Shout out to everybody who's been
Yeah.
getting their fantasy.
Yeah, we ain't mad at
Fantasy
supplemental
football
draft.
together.
We not mad at that.
Trying to figure out who's gonna have a breakout year for the.
I like my list though. I like my list.
No,
My list is fire, man. I really like my list.
Yeah, I think I'm going to...
I'd love to see what the people say who has the best list. What you got, Lone?
Let's see. I think I'm going to have to go...
Come on, Diff. If he picks yours, you got to have a backup.
Lone, Lone got a really good list on a low, but you have to close.
Mm-hmm.
You have to close.
I'm going to do All Eyes on Me.
Oh,
That's a strong close.
that's a strong close. Okay.
You know, it's arguably not his best album, but
That album is fire, though.
I love this album, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Hey, we messing Terry up with this order, bro. Like, but the randomizer did it, so it's fair. Terry, what you got, man? Close the draft off, bro.
Oh,
The last pick.
when it comes to cast, y'all actually picked my 2 favorite Outkast.
We sure did.
Mhm.
I know, thank you. That's what he's picking. Thank you.
I don't even know how to
Yeah, you ain't have to say yeah. Thank you.
Southern
That's what.
playlistic. I was wondering if...
Yeah.
Yep, that's what he's gonna say.
I have to because
He wanted AT Aliens. Did you not?
well, man,
Yeah.
listen. So with me, it depends on the day.
Okay.
So it can go AT Aliens or an Equimini. Today, I actually listened to the Aliens.
All right.
So honestly, it would have been an AT-Aliens type of situation.
But I listened to Southern Playalistic the other day and was like, do you realize they were 19 telling other people to get up, get out, get
crumbling earth.
You realize you had to get your life if you were a grown up having these 19-year-olds.
Don't let the days of your life
tell you to get up and get out and get something.
We left Goody Mob soul food on the table.
I saw it, and also Lauren Hill's the Mississippi.
You know what we really left off? Because you know what was it could have made my 5th round pick was Liquid Swords.
Yeah.
I thought about Liquid Swords. I also thought about Wu-Tang Forever.
I actually thought about Ghetto Dope, Master P.
I thought about Chronic 2001.
I actually thought about another
Chronic 2000.
It did come out in 99.
Yes.
Chronic 2001.
Ghetto Dope, I don't care what nobody. Ghetto Dope, Master P was fire.
You know what?
True to the Game was fire.
Those albums was cold.
Yeah.
I don't know if they in the caliber of these.
A-Ball, MJG sitting on top of the world.
That's a good album. That's a good album.
400 Degrees.
UGK Riding Dirty. Yeah, man. Those are good albums. But
it almost hurt me have to leave some of this off.
I think we did pretty good though, man. I can't wait. I want to see what the people think.
I mean, but you know, for us to really get through this and not have one Cube album on here.
See, Long said Death Certificate.
I mean, like once again, it was Death Certificate, Liquid Swords, and
he had a four album run.
Lethal Injection could have been on there.
Nah,
Cube had a 4 album run.
I like Lethal Injection.
No, it couldn't have been on there.
You know how we do it?
I'm not saying it wasn't a good album, but
Bootlegs and B-Sides was a good album.
What? Okay, off of your list, what do you take off and put on Lethal Injection?
On my list?
Yeah, what do you take off?
So AT-Aliens, no. Reasonable Doubt, no. Only Built for Cuban Links, no. It Was Written, no. None of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it would have to be a fight with The Diary.
So like I said, this is what was going through my head.
Now The Predator. Don't do that, Long. Don't do that.
Why not?
Don't do that. The Predator.
What about The Predator?
See, my whole situation with Scarface is
The Fix is amazing.
The Fix didn't come out until after 2000.
Yeah, this is 2000. Because that was Kanye West and
people really don't realize the fabric in the game that Scarface has, because he literally evolved the correct way every transition of hip hop.
I would agree.
Literally every one.
I would agree.
So
you're not lying.
It started with the Ghetto Boys. They had their own particular style. That's early 90s. The Diary is mid to late 90s. Then he went to the My Homies era. He went to Untouchable.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a
and
double?
Then The Fix.
No, it wasn't a double.
Which one of the ones he dropped at a double CD?
Talking about My Homies.
My Homies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was kind of like
compilation.
Yeah. But Scarface
with Homies and Thugs, that was on there, right?
Yeah, Homies. Yeah. Scarface has transcended through the rap game as long as I've been listening to rap, and has sounded amazing the whole time.
Yeah, there was never a time when Scarface put out something where you're like, oh, he trying to ride a trend. Like, no, he just sounded like he was Scarface doing what he was supposed to do at the time.
It's an updated version every single time.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I like these lists,
but
though.
I'm not even going to lie. Like, when I look, honestly, when I look at my list, Q could have been, I could have given him De La Soul spot or LL Cool J spot.
I mean, that's fair, because
Stakes are high just means something special to me.
At the end of the day, the question is, who had the best draft?
Me.
Like, maybe we can pose that. Like, who had the best draft?
I could have put the Roots Things Fall Apart.
I thought about that too.
Could have.
I could have put Ella Half-Life.
I thought about the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah.
But I easily could have put. I could have put. Things Fall Apart. Illa.
As I look at this list,
come on,
Iron Man. Black on Both Sides.
Common.
Yep.
Common.
I don't know if I'd have put Common there.
East 1999. That's
East 1999 is classic.
The Common record that I wanted wasn't.
It wasn't
till 2000.
Yeah.
It wasn't
like Water for Chocolate.
2000.
Supreme Clientele wasn't until the 2000s. Yeah. I looked that one up specific.
Now, if we do 2000s, I definitely want Supreme Clientele, depending on the vote.
We're gonna do that next week.
Yeah, we do the 2000s.
Depends on who gets the first pick in the draft.
Philadelphia. Yep. Terry.
That's going to be a good one, but the 2000 to 2010s, there's a lot of albums.
Cabin California was cold.
That could have made it. That really could have made it.
Yeah.
Adrenaline Rush, Twister.
That, yes. Have I ever told y'all the Twister story, how I got that album?
My Chinese friend Mungit. burnt it for me.
You're right.
Shout out to Monget. I know Monget.
No, he actually did.
You gonna leave me hanging? I know Monget.
So on Sunday nights, the rink was a big thing in that. So
you had a beeper?
Yes.
Okay. I was just asking.
Come on, man. What kind of question is that?
Go ahead.
So this is 97, my senior year in high school. Go to the rink on Sunday night. Back then, the record labels had to actually push this music.
The street teams.
Yeah, so they would be at the rink handing you samplers. So it might have a whole song on there, and the rest of the stuff would be snippets of the album. So I hear this Adrenaline Rush album. I'm like, this sounds cold.
Yep.
I could not find when it gave you the date when it dropped on the back of the tape, whatever.
Which would be wrong a lot.
Yeah, but this was true in this particular case. I could not find anywhere that had the album. I had a record store in my neighborhood, didn't have it. I found that album in Greenwood Park Mall the day that it came out.
What are the odds?
Had to get it.
Had to get it. But I was tripping because this is back when you really didn't go to Greenwood. It's like, but I had to have this album because it was that solid to me. And it was in Greenwood. And it lived up to the hype.
100%. Shout out to Mobb Deep, The Infamous. Great album.
That's
ain't their best, though.
They got that number 4 on this list. So.
And it could have used Hell on Earth. Could have been.
Could have.
I don't think Hell on Earth is their best album either.
Which one do you think is their best? Murder Music.
Murder Music? No, I don't know about that.
Oh, no. I feel like
Infamous is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Rising. They got heat on that album, bro.
I'm not saying it's bad.
No, I feel you.
Personal favorite.
There's somebody in the West Coast mad is like how we leave off dog food.
Dog food is a classic.
Yeah, it's classic, but I mean,
dog food's classic.
That's why I put the Chronic. The Chronic, it has everybody in there.
Yeah.
I think we did good, man. I think we did good for the 90s. I can't wait to see who the people vote for in terms of who had the best draft. I personally think I did.
If it was
I think I got the best.
Who I'd have messed around and put in there? I'd have snuck in into the stage. Oh, Black Moon.
Black Moon?
Yeah. I fool with Black Moon and Boot Camp Click on the low.
If we did 10, it would have been a whole show.
No, 100%.
Man, I could have put Muddy Waters on there.
Yep. There's a lot of albums.
I'd have put There Is a Dark Side.
Muddy Waters is just There Is a Dark Side is almost one of those albums you have to be in the mood for that type of energy.
I mean, the fact that like
Muddy Waters was
it was a little bit more celebratory.
Yeah, and it was grimy too at the same time, but it wasn't as dark as There Is a Dark.
Wait, who picked Doggy Style? Which one of y'all got Doggy Style?
That
was me,
Jay.
Okay. But you know what's crazy about like it was 20 years later before Redman even started performing anything off of There Is a Dark Side because he was like, I just wasn't in a good place.
Yeah. And listen, I think this draft went well. I think I won. I can't wait to see what
I think my list is pretty solid.
We'll see what the people say.
Considering y'all took AT Aliens and equipment.
It's all about positioning, brother. Everything we did was fair.
I could have.
Long got it. Long was smart. He got it.
No, he did.
I know there's somebody who's going to look.
I'm pretty balanced.
I like my list,
who's going to look at mine and said, "Mama said knock you out." Yeah,
that's you about to get. You gonna get cut up in the comments for "Mama said knock you out."
That's a classic record.
Make sure you go to newoldheads.com.
2-pack.
Make sure you go to newoldheads.com. And also look into our Patreon options that we have. We have updated those and with the prices, with the content. Appreciate everyone that has signed up thus far. Got the $5 holler that will get you started. Remember, if you see anything New Old Heads related, hit the bell, subscribe, and also leave us a review of 5 stars. We really appreciate that. And if you're not doing 5 stars at this point, you're pretty much hating. We appreciate the support as always, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.